Most of us grew up believing that success comes from following a simple set of rules. Work harder than everyone else. Always be honest. Stay humble. Avoid conflict. Wait patiently for your turn. These ideas sound noble. They make us feel like the world is fair. But life has a way of challenging those beliefs. If you've ever worked tirelessly only to watch someone less qualified get promoted, if you've been painfully honest only to have your words used against you, if you've stayed quiet hoping your work would eventually be recognized only to remain invisible, you're not imagining things. The truth is, many of the rules we were taught are incomplete. They are not necessarily wrong, but without wisdom, they can quietly work against you. Psychologists have long known that success depends on more than effort alone. Human beings don't simply reward hard work. We respond to perception, trust, influence, confidence, timing, and relationships. History tells the same story. The people who changed the world didn't just work hard. They understood human nature. Today, let's uncover 5 life rules that sound good on paper, but often fail in the real world, and what truly works instead. Lie number 1. Work hard and you will be rewarded. Let's start with the granddaddy of them all. Just work hard and the rewards will follow. Think about the hardest working person you know. Is it the billionaire CEO? Or is it the single mother working 2 jobs? Or the nighttime janitor scrubbing floors until their knuckles bleed? We know the answer. The world does not reward raw labor. It rewards leverage, visibility, and scarcity. Imagine 2 people working in the same company. One spends 12 hours every day quietly solving problems. The other spends 8 hours producing valuable work but also communicates clearly, builds relationships, shares ideas during meetings, and makes sure decision makers understand the value he creates. Who gets promoted? In psychology, there is a concept known as the effort justification bias. When we pour an immense amount of energy into something, our brains automatically assign high value to it. We think, because I am sweating, because I am tired, I must be building something great. But effort without strategy is just fuel burned with no engine. You're revving the motor in neutral. Let's look at history. Consider the construction of the Panama Canal. Thousands of laborers spent years digging through mud and dying of yellow fever. They worked harder than anyone on Earth. Yet, history books don't remember their names. History remembers Chief Engineer George Washington Goethals, the man who brought the leverage of systemic organization and engineering strategy to the project. When you become the person who works the hardest without demanding leverage, you become something dangerous to your own growth. You become indispensable in your current position. Why would a manager ever promote the person who is single-handedly keeping a broken department afloat? If they move you up, the foundation crumbles. By being the ultimate worker bee, you psychologically trap yourself in the hive. Hard work is merely the price of admission, not the prize. Stop investing 100% of your energy into execution. Start investing 40% into execution and 60% into leverage, visibility, and positioning. Work hard on the right things, in front of the right people, with leverage behind your effort. Otherwise, your strength may fuel someone else's success instead of your own. Lie number 2. Always be honest and open with everyone. We are taught from childhood that radical transparency is a virtue. Tell the truth and shame the devil. But there is a massive psychological difference between being truthful and being transparent. When you practice total transparency with everyone, you aren't being virtuous, you are being structurally vulnerable. In psychology, human relationships are governed by social penetration theory, which visualizes personality like an onion. Trust is built through gradual, reciprocal peeling of layers. When you skip these steps and dump your fears, your strategies, and your weaknesses onto people who haven't earned them, you aren't connecting. You are disarming yourself in a room full of strangers. Let's turn to the ultimate master of historical strategy, Cardinal Richelieu, the chief minister to King Louis XIII of France. Richelieu famously said, "If you give me 6 lines written by the hand of the most honest of men, I will find something in them which will hang him." He understood that information is the ultimate currency of influence. He survived decades of cutthroat court politics not by lying, but by maintaining an impenetrable psychological vault. When you reveal your next move, your psychological triggers, or your deepest insecurities to your colleagues or competitors, you hand them a remote control to your emotions. They now know exactly which buttons to press to make you angry, make you defensive, or make you back down. Be truthful, but never transparent. Discretion is not dishonesty, it is psychological armor. Maintain a sanctuary of your own thoughts, plans, and vulnerabilities. What you reveal can never be unsaid, and not everyone sitting at your table is cheering for your success. Lie number 3. Avoid conflict and keep everyone happy. How many times have you swallowed your own boundaries just to keep the peace in a room? How many times have you said yes when your soul was screaming no, just because you couldn't stomach the awkwardness of a confrontation? The psychological trap here is devastating. It's called sociotropic behavior and pathological need to please others to maintain safety. We falsely convince ourselves that being highly agreeable makes us likable, and that likability leads to respect. But psychology tells us the exact opposite. In personality psychology, extreme agreeableness without assertiveness is highly correlated with lower lifetime earnings and higher rates of burnout. Why? Because when you teach people that your boundaries are flexible, you teach them that you can be moved. Every hard conversation you avoid is a silent contract you sign to accept mistreatment. Look at the life of Julius Caesar. Before he crossed the Rubicon, Caesar was facing political execution by his rivals in the Roman Senate. They expected him to be agreeable, to surrender his legions, and to slip quietly into exile to avoid a civil war. But Caesar understood a fundamental law of power. Human beings do not respect compliance, they respect resolve. By refusing to keep his enemies happy and embracing the ultimate conflict, he redefined the Western world. If you try to lead a life where everyone likes you, you effectively hand the steering wheel of your life to the crowd. You cannot stand for something while constantly bowing to everyone else. You cannot lead a meaningful life and be universally liked. Choose respect over likability. Likability without respect is just a comfortable form of being taken advantage of. When you enforce a boundary, you lose the parasites, but you win yourself. Lie number 4. Be humble and let your work speak for itself. There is a beautiful romantic myth that excellence acts like a magnet, that if you just sit quietly in your corner creating masterpieces, the world will eventually beat a path to your door. It's a lie. Work does not have a voice. Work cannot talk. People talk, and they only talk about what they are consciously aware of. Psychologists refer to this oversight as the spotlight effect. We naturally assume that other people are paying close attention to our efforts, our sacrifices, and our achievements. But the reality is much colder. Everyone else is completely wrapped up in their own internal spotlight. Your boss, your peers, your market, they are far too busy worrying about their own survival to notice your silent excellence. Look at history's greatest genius of engineering, Nikola Tesla. Tesla was arguably one of the most brilliant minds to ever live, pioneering alternating current, wireless communication, and robotics. Yet, he died penniless in a New York hotel room. Why? Because he believed his work should speak for itself. Meanwhile, Thomas Edison, who was a master of psychology, public relations, and self-promotion, took the concepts, ran the demonstrations, built the infrastructure, and captured both the wealth and the historical glory. Humility that erases your contribution isn't a virtue. It's a psychological defense mechanism against the fear of judgment. It's a strategy for staying invisible so you don't have to risk being criticized. Ensure your work is undeniable, and then ensure it is seen. Silent excellence is a blank check you sign and hand over to whoever in the room is loud enough to claim credit for it. Promotion is not arrogance, it is stewardship of your own value. Lie. Number 5. Good things come to those who wait. We've all heard it, be patient, your time will come, trust the process. Patience is an incredible virtue when you are actively growing a crop, but it is a lethal poison when it is used as a psychological mask for cowardice. More often than not, what we call waiting for the perfect moment is actually analysis paralysis, driven by a deep-seated fear of failure. We wait because taking action requires making a decision, and making a decision means taking responsibility for the outcome. If we just wait, we get to stay safe in the comfort zone of potential. We get to tell ourselves, I could be great, I'm just waiting for the right opportunity. History belongs to the decisive. Consider the rise of Napoleon Bonaparte. In 1795, amidst the chaos of the French Revolution, the Directory was threatened by a massive royalist mob. While other, more senior generals hesitated, debating the politics and waiting for clearer orders, Napoleon seized the moment. He ordered cannons to be brought into the heart of Paris, fired into the crowd, and saved the government in a matter of hours. He didn't wait for permission or the perfect political climate. He created his own momentum. Opportunities are almost never gently handed to the patient. They are seized by the prepared, often right out from under the feet of those who were still waiting for the stars to align. Prepare yourself ruthlessly in the dark, and then strike before you feel fully ready. The perfect moment is a ghost story told by the fearful to justify standing completely still. Take a look back at these rules you've been house-trained to follow. Work yourself to the bone. Show everyone your entire hand. Never make waves. Stay quiet and invisible. Wait indefinitely for permission. When you view them all together, the psychological matrix becomes glaringly obvious. This is exactly the code of conduct you teach to people you want to keep manageable. It is the perfect handbook for producing a highly reliable, completely predictable, and utterly forgettable life. You followed the rules flawlessly, and yet you found yourself wondering why the system wasn't working for you. Now you know. It was never built to work for you. It was built to make you work for it. The illusion is shattered. The rules are unmasked. The only remaining question is how much longer you are going to keep playing by them. If this message resonated with your experience and gave you the clarity you needed today, take your first decisive action right now. Hit the subscribe button, turn on notifications, and share this video with someone who is still trapped working in the shadows. Let's stop playing by their rules together. Leave a comment below with the word decisive if you're ready to break the cycle. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next video.